Bună ziua, stimați telespectatori DC News TV, Defense Romania, un oaspete cu totul și cu totul deosebit astăzi, așa cum ați văzut din promo pe care l-am făcut. Sunt convins că așteptați să vedeți aceste informații pe care ni le va oferi excelența sa, ambasadorul Coreei la București, domnul ambasador RIM Kap-soo. Bine ați venit în studiourile noastre, excelență!
Bună ziua! It's my honor to be here. Thank you so much.
We are deeply honored to have you here, and I'm sure, as we could see, our readers will have many things to learn from you. Your Excellency, we start directly, as you do in your country. Korea, it's one of the economical tigers of the world. It was named like that. With enormous, it's number 10 last year in world GDP, the 10th nation of this world in what concerned the economical development. And you came after the Korean War. How was it possible in such a short period of time to become one of the most developed nations in the world? What made you possible? How it was possible for Korea to become such a country? We are very interesting because also Romania, more or less, it's number 2 in Eastern Europe in what concerns the economical growth. But we are still a little bit far away of the rhythm of development of Korea.
Right, just as you said, yes, just right after the end of Korean War in 1953. And the almost 6 decades passed, and during the past 6 decades, Korea transformed ourselves from the war-torn poor country into the number 10th largest economy in the world, together with the fully fledged democracy. So many people are talking about the miracle, economic miracle.
It is a miracle.
Yes, of Korea. And I will give you 3 points. It's my own points behind our economic rise. First, just I can say it's the candle spirit. We first produced the SUV vehicle in the early 1970s, and the name of the SUV vehicle is a Korando, Korando. Korando stands for Koreans can do, right? So the biggest secret behind our economic rise is the candle spirit. So every people, we worked very hard to achieve our goal, to transform Korea into modern and the largest, one of the largest economic power, right? So every people, they worked very hard, literally speaking, all hands on the deck, right? So everybody just focused on bringing up our economic status. Second reason is that to invest into the education, human capital. We had only one resources, that is the humans. So we put a lot of efforts and investments into developing the human capital. Just at the height of time, the education, it charged roughly 1/3 of our total national budget. Even
1/3.
1/3
from your national economical budget went for the education.
Education, right? Yeah, and even as of today, education plus R&D takes up roughly 1/3 of our national budget, right? And the third is that efficient government and bureaucracy. So all the administrative efforts was focused on supporting the economic development, right? Yeah. So the 3 key points was, first of all, candle spirit. Second, investment into human capital. Third, the efficient government. I think those are the most important 3 secrets behind our economic rise.
It's extremely interesting for us. For Europeans, Kendo spirit, it's more exactly what? What can we understand from the Kendo spirit? It's the union among the Koreans in fulfilling one goal, or what? This is the Kendo spirit? I mean, together we are stronger and we have to achieve those targets?
Yeah, because after the end of the Korean War in 1953, all the buildings, all the infrastructures was totally destroyed.
Yes.
Nothing left, right? So we have to just start from the ashes. Nothing left. One thing left is that, as I said, are humans, and we have to pour all the efforts by the labors, all right? And we have to mobilize the incentives and the full determination to do that. So, Kendo spirit, we can do that. We can do this. That is the most important driving factors behind our economic rise. I can say that.
Being a professor in Korea gives a lot of honor to that person. What is the status of the professors in Korea?
Yes, because we do respect a lot on the teachers, professors, because they are educating the young generations, the future of our country, and traditionally a lot of the respect is given to the teachers and professors. So there is a saying in Korea that even we cannot walk into the shadow of the professors, all right? Because the professor is the alert, they are respected.
It's something we need to notice. I'm sure my colleagues will give an information to the Romanian public about that. You don't even have to work in the shadow of a professor. It's the respect, the ultimate respect for a professor.
Absolutely,
it's highly respected. It's
highly
incredible.
respected. Yes.
The Romanian public is very fond now of Korea through the Netflix movies. We have a lot of Netflix movies from Korea, and they learn a lot from your society. We also saw there that you give a lot of respect to the elderly people in your country. Is it possible? I mean, how you manage to do this? Is part of the Kendo spirit, or?
Yeah, because we know that our fathers and mothers, our ancestors, they sacrificed a lot to educate, their children's. They sacrifice a lot, right? So it's quite natural for us to pay the highest respect to our also the parents and grandparents. There is a saying in Korea, parents and teachers are the same one, right? Parents give me my physical shape, but teachers, professors, they give us the mental strength. So parents and teachers are all the same. There is the long-held belief among Korean society.
Incredible. We started relations between Romania and Korea after the fall of communism in Korea, and Korea was, I remember, I was a young journalist in 1991. Was one of the first countries which not only opened the embassy here, but also which came with economical proposals to start to do business, to do investments. I saw the interview you gave for defense, and you said we need, after 15 years, to put more substance in this strategical partnership. But you already have put it a lot of substance. I mean, you built car factory in Romania, the famous Daewoo factory in Craiova, you built the shipyard in Mangalia. Those period, you didn't lose time economically between Korea and Romania.
Yeah, just in the early 1990s, yes, the Daewoo, they made a huge investment here, setting up the car manufacturing facilities in Korea Nova, and also shipbuilding in the Mongolia. But because of the Asia financial crisis, which hit my country in 1997, 1998, so they just withdraw their investments back to Korea, right? And later in 2008, we signed strategic partners, and actually to Romania, Korea is the first Asian country with the strategic partnership with Romania. To Korea, actually Romania is the second European country to have a strategic partnership, actually, right? And since the 2008 and up to now, in terms of the political and the diplomatic relations, we are enjoying the best moments. I can say to you that over the last year and up to this moment, our president had a summit with a Romanian president 2 days ago, and our prime minister, he paid official visit to Romania in last May after in 27 years, and the Romanian prime minister and at the time the president of the Chamber of Deputies, together with 6 ministers, they paid official visit to Korea. And last year in August, our Speaker of the National Assembly, he made also official visit to Romania. So there had been a lot of high-level exchanges. So in terms of political diplomatic relations, we are enjoying the best moment, right? But when it comes to economic area, I'm not happy.
Very important.
Because yes, just ever since they will withdraw from Romania, at the level of our economic cooperation was, falling behind. For example, the total investments, the volume of investments for the last 30 years, record just the $1.2 billion. And the last year's our bilateral trade volume recorded $1.3 billion. To me, it's a very low numbers. So as ambassador here, I'm not happy with that number. So I noticed, there exists a big gap between our diplomatic relations and economic cooperation relations. So how to narrow down the gap between political, economic, how to bring up these economic relations up to the level of strategic partnership. That has been my first number one priorities since I assumed the ambassadorship here last year. All right. Yes, just the we cannot get big investment at the overnight, right? So they need some time to narrow the gap, to bring our economic cooperation level up to the strategic partner level. It will take some time.
But
right?
Political and diplomatically, you have huge achievements, because in the last year we had the most important contacts at the highest level. Prime ministers, former prime minister, future prime minister in Romania, in Seoul, in Christmas Eve. They went there.
Right.
As you said, with an important delegation of Romanian ministers, and the Korean prime minister has paid a visit in this spring in Bucharest. Now, about the economical thing that you mentioned, do you think there is potential between Korea and Romania? Because it's also a difference of culture between our countries. And when I say this, Korean, it's very straight. I mean, we decided something, we follow the goal until we reach the target. In Romania, it's a more Latin country. We go and have dinner, we think about, we go in vacation. It's not the kendo spirit, how shall I say, in Romania?
Yeah, just when I meet with the government officials or the parliamentarians or professors here in Romania, many people are talking about there are huge potential between our two countries in terms of the investment opportunities or economic relations, huge potentials. So I heard a lot about the huge potentials. But to me, the most important thing is how to transform such a huge potential into real projects on the ground, right? We need the actions on the ground, right? So, yes. So just the last year in December, when the two prime ministers met in Seoul, and also in last May in Bucharest, when our the prime ministers met, they agreed. They share the same view that we have to boost economic relations up to the level of strategic partnership. So then we have to take a strategic plan to increase investments, to increase trade volumes. And then they agreed that then we have to start from government to government big projects like the nuclear energy, renewable energy, defense, ICT, or the infrastructure. Those areas are very important. It needs huge investments. It is led by government first, right? So when we do have success story in that area, in the defense, energy, infrastructure, ICT area, then it will send a very strong signal to other Korean companies to look into Romania. And it will also stimulate many Korean companies to increase their investments here, all right?
Korean companies are now very famous in Romania through this good of popular use, like televisions, refrigerators, all kind of gadget mechanism, high-tech things. So Romanian people wouldn't be surprised if Korea is opening a factory or something of unit of production, or they take over a harbor somewhere in Romania on the Danube or the Black Sea. Because we have also this in the collective mind, those things with the Daewoo cars, which were excellent cars. I used to have two in my life. They were excellent cars. But now you come and you have pointed important fields of investments like energy, infrastructure,
defense, ICT.
For defense, you had a very important exhibitions in Romania on the 6th of July. I want to ask you about this lately. But starting with energy, did you make specifically any proposals to the Romanian government? And if you did, what the Romanian government said?
Yes, again, because our two prime ministers, they agreed to push for some kind of the roadmaps to increase the economic cooperation in the area of the energy, defense, ICT, and infrastructure. Regarding the energy sector, we are ready to make a contribution to the building of new nuclear reactors, or SMR, the small modular reactors also, and also the maintenance of the current nuclear reactors also, right? And besides that, we will also ready to support the Romanian governments to explore further renewable energies like the hydrogen energies, solar energies.
And you have proposed projects in this field?
Yes, because in the government level, we agreed to push ahead with those areas, and it's up to now each individual companies. And as far as I know, our Korean companies, they have already they explored some specific areas for further cooperation with Romanian companies. I don't know the exact details of each specific projects, what they are doing now. So I'm sure that someday.
The small modular reactors, the feeling in Romania is that it's an American project. Does Korea participate to this project? I know you're a very high technology country, but you're part of this project with the small modular reactors?
Yeah, just we are thinking of the trilateral cooperation among Korea, Romania, United States. All right.
I see.
Yeah, to take full advantage of the technologies, financial resources, construction know-hows. All right. So it will be far better to do within the multilateral, or trilateral cooperation schemes with the United States, right? The same thing is also true to other nuclear power plant construction also, right? So that will also involve the other strategic partners like the United States, right? So I think, as far as I know, it will be done by trilateral cooperation.
A trilateral cooperation. And also for the 3 and 4 nuclear reactors in Chernavode, you think it will be a trilateral cooperation?
Yeah, trilateral or 4 parties also, yes.
Romanian, US, Korea.
Or 1 or 2 more partners maybe. So it's up to Romanian government, right? But what I can say for sure is that Korea will be definitely a part of that projects.
You use a lot of nuclear energy in your country?
Yes. So in terms of nuclear energy, we ranked number 5 in the world in terms of the producing nuclear energy.
Number 5 in the world.
Number 5 in the world.
So number 10 in what concerns the economical power, and number 5 in what concerns the nuclear energy.
Energy, yes, right, yes. According to the databases from IAEA, International Atomic Energy Agency, yes, we are ranked number 5.
You know, those nuclear reactors in Chernavode are built with the CANDU technology.
CANDU, yes, yes.
And you know to operate this technology. It is a softer technology for nuclear reactors, invented by Canada.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
50 years ago.
Yeah.
And
right.
Still used in this time.
Yeah, so we do have also CANDU reactors in Korea, all right? So we have, because we have been producing electricity from using CANDU model also, right? So we have enough experiences and know-hows how to, operate, build new CANDU type. Yes, so yes, as I said, there is a lot of the opportunities, all right? And we are ready to actively participate in the nuclear projects of Romania.
You also mentioned something very important, the energy of the future, the hydrogen. Do you have experience in this field, and what kind of cooperation did you propose Romanian government? Because I understand we have money, free money. Romania has free money in the PNRR program.
Yeah, I know.
For hydrogen energy.
Yes, just the last year December, when at the time the Romanian Prime Minister and the President of Deputies, Chamber of Deputies, visited Korea. They were guided, they were given the guided tour. And one of the big company called Hyundai, and they are producing hydrogen train, hydrogen bus, hydrogen tram. So at the time, the Romanian delegation they witnessed through their own eyes. They just test drive the hydrogen vehicles.
I see.
So I don't know exactly the details, but as far as I know, Korea is a lot advanced country in the producing hydrogen energies and applying those to vehicles or trams or trains.
Yes.
So we are ready also to share our technology know-hows with Romania. So there are many areas right? So
in
not
this
only
part.
nuclear, but also yes, renewable hydrogen energy also, and it needs the great a lot of the investments made, right? So as I said, to boost our economic relations up to the level of our strategic partnership, then we need to have a signature project first, success a story first, right? Then that will also lead to further investment from other Korean companies, right? Yeah. So I'm telling this my own strategy how to increase so-called the
Pascupas.
step-by-step approaches. So we have to start from big governmental signature project first. Then that will lead our other Korean companies to follow, right?
I understand iconic Korean company Samsung. They would be interested to make some investments in Romania lately.
Yes.
Or they prospect the market for the moment.
Yes, because it is related to each, the business secrets of each big companies. So I can't tell the details, but yes, but there has been some delegation from Samsung and also the other like Hyundai, so I received them. So yes, what I can tell you is that yes, the more and more Korean companies, including Samsung, Hyundai, they have developed their
to open
to open and to
investments
start
here,
to start the investments here. Yes, here. Yes.
We have found out through this war in Ukraine that Korean defense industry it's one of the most powerful in the world. It was amazed. We had a lot of information. We have it on Defense Romania. We saw that Poland is becoming one of your main partner, having very good and buying and sharing technologies with you in many other fields of military technology. You had an exhibition, you have cannons, armored vehicles. I understand you build also fifth generation aircraft.
Jet fighter, yes.
Jet fighter, similar with F-35, the famous F-35 in when did you have the time to build this defense industry?
Yes, just in the world politics, in the international politics, after the Cold War, there has been a peaceful time, right? So many countries, they reduced defense budget, right?
Yes.
But in the Korean Peninsula, we never had peaceful time. We are still living under the constant security threat from North Korea, right?
Yes.
So ever since the end of the Korean War, we spent every year for the last 7 decades more than 2.5% of our national GDP into defense, right? We never reduced defense budget because we are constantly facing existential threat from North Korea. So we have been investing a lot into R&D,
research and development.
Yeah, research and development, right? Yeah, and we have the enough capability to produce a lot of the products on time. So in our defense cooperation with other countries like Poland, so our products is much valued for price, is the price, the competitiveness. Second, we are capable of delivering the product in time, right? And third, we have taken the tailored approach to meet the needs and wishes of the partner country, right? So those three factors contributed a lot for the Korean national industries gaining international standing nowadays. And as you mentioned, that we are also the not only the ground forces equipment, but also the naval ships, submarines, and 4.5 generation fighter jets also, right? Yeah, just the when it comes to security and defense cooperation, there are a lot of potential between Korea and Romania to further consolidate its cooperation in defense area.
Romania has many factories from the communist period. We have the sites. Some people still there, not much, and they have no contracts for decades. Do you think that Korea should buy one of these factories and make an investment there so you can produce with Romania some of these tremendous weapons machines?
Yes, before directly answering your question, let me be very clear.
Yes.
The why we need between our two countries, Korea and Romania, why we need to deepen cooperation in the security area. First, we do share the same values, fundamental values,
Yes.
as the strategic partners. Second, we do have the same security environment. When you look at the map, Romania is situated in the eastern flank of the European Union, NATO, a free world. Korea is located in the northern flank of the Northeast Asia, right? Korea and Romania are both front bases for democracy, stability, prosperity. We do share the same security environment. We do share the same security concerns. We do share the same security interest. Number three, we do share the same ally and strategic partners. We have been ally of the United States since 1953. We have been global partners of NATO since 2008. Actually, the NATO summit in 2008 was held here in Bucharest.
Yes.
And the Bucharest NATO meeting, the summit, at the time they decided to have a strategic partnership with Korea, right? And we have been also strategic partners of the European Union since 2010, right? So we do share the same security of interest. We do share the same allies and partners, and we do share the same values and perspectives. So there is no reason for our both countries not to pursue further into the security area, all right? So I think all conditions are there, set there, and it's time. It's a very high time for us to speed up our substantial cooperation in the security and defense area.
It was a surprise because the Korean weapons, they made a surprise as the Korean technologies, like from the TVs and very good cars, as you build in your country and abroad, as a matter of fact. So NATO countries find out those cannons, armored vehicles, planes, drones of very high quality and very good prices, and as you said, very important now, deliver very fast.
On time, yes.
One time. That's why Poland already stepped in front of Romania. So I and our public would be interesting to know if Romania is going to follow Poland. Of course, you cannot answer this question. The problem is that Korea is offering all these kind of technologies to Romania,
yes,
including in building those things here.
Absolutely, yes, right. Yeah, you know, so the one thing further I want to emphasize that in the security and defense area, it should not be one-way traffic. It should be a two-way traffic. It should benefit Korea and Romania, both, all right? So as I said before, our policy is that to localize production, right? Not only simply selling items, but we will share technology, know-hows. We will make the greenfield investment here.
Greenfield investments here?
Yes, yeah. So that's we call a localization, right? So some part or products can be produced here, making full use of your existing factories, right? We call it the offset conditions.
Yes, offset conditions.
Right.
Yes.
And one of the offset will be localization. Just our defense industry, the policies that we tailored according to the needs and demands of the partner countries, right? Yeah. So yes, absolutely, yes. The one thing I want to emphasize that we don't simply sell. We will localize. We will make investments here to make the concrete contribution of the economic development of Romania.
One important thing, beside that, Mr. Ciucă is the former chief of the Romanian army, and he knows very well, and I understand he appreciates a lot what the Korean military industry is producing. It's something I would like to stress. Are you emphasizing those students' changes between our two countries? Because you mentioned this very important thing, 1/3 of your GDP goes to education, which made Korea one of the world economical tigers. Do you have the intention to cooperate in changing students with Romanian universities? Because that might help in the future a lot. Our two countries, especially because Koreans will speak Romanian and Romanian will speak Korean, which will help a lot the companies.
Absolutely,
as it happened.
Absolutely, yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's my belief that without support from the people, grassroots, there should be no friendly relations between two countries. So, people-to-people exchanges, public diplomacy is the very basis of sound, concrete, friendly bilateral relations. So, my embassy is also dedicating a lot of efforts to boost people-to-people exchanges, people-to-people understandings, right? To do this, I'm now doing my work in 3 ways. First, to get deeply inside the people, students, to have the lectures, talks, having dinner, with the young students, in particular, because the young generation, they are future basis of our bilateral relations, right? Second, the strengthen institutional university or academic institutions, the exchanges. We have a special program called Global Korea Scholarship, GKS. It is funded by the Korean government to give financial assistance to the prospective young student to study in Korea for master's degree, PhD degrees. So every year, 3 or 4, the young, brilliant Romanian students are given such the opportunity under GKS sponsorship to get master degree or PhD in Korea. And also there are also the other main programs, the exchanges of the students, exchange of the teaching faculties also, right? Third, again, it's very important to get more investments from Korea here because it means giving job opportunity to the young Romanian students who study Korea thing.
And high technology.
Yes, we have to give them the job opportunity here, right? So, to give them hope, to give them chance, right? And to give them, to share the skills, So, to do that, we need investments from Korea to Romania.
To Romania.
Yes.
At the central level, you have very much open gates. Now you have to to go through the Romanian administration, which is not easy. Our administration is not digital as is your administration. But still, I'm sure you will manage at a certain point. What about the cultural relations between Romania and Korea?
You know, yeah, just the
Besides the Netflix, which
right,
does a great job.
Let me tell you this: we in Korea we do have one of the biggest department for Romanian language and literature in university. That department was set up in 1987.
I see.
2 years before our revolution. And every year, the department of the Hankuk University for foreign language studies, they are accepting 30 to 40 students to that department, offering a bachelor's degree, master's degree. It was established back in 1987. All right. Romania and nowadays more and more newspapers and they are covering Romania because of the very high level exchanges happening, right? More and more focused on Romania. In particular, after the war in Ukraine, Russia's invasion of Ukraine, because Romania is now working as the beacon of the peace and stability in this region. More and more attention is given to Romania's strategic aspects, right? So I'm sure more and more focus, more and more articles, more and more attention will be given in Korea to Romania. And in terms of the cultural the exchanges, just in June, my embassy has organized the first edition of the big Korean fashion show here in Bucharest.
The fashion show?
Fashion show.
I see.
Korean traditional costume called the hanbok. Roughly 450 audiences participated. And it was widely covered also by the Romanian media. All right? So many cultural events is also planned this year. A film festival or the music festival also. All right. So again, exchanges between people to people that will involve cultural events as well. That will understand mutually beneficial way to know each other better. All right. That will enhance our understanding on each other. That will serve as the very foundation of the further cooperation between our two countries. I'm quite sure about that.
This is how to build a relation between, starting from the grassroots. As you said.
Absolutely.
You mentioned that you had to develop this very strong military industry due to the war that you have almost permanently in the Korean peninsula. How do you see the future of this war between Korea and North Korea in this part of the world? Because I would like to say that it's not only a Korean problem, it's a world problem, especially the nuclear threat of North Korea right now.
Exactly. Yeah, just our president, our head of state, he participated in this year's NATO summit in Vilnius, and he emphasized the inseparability of security between Europe and Northeast Asia. We are all linked, all right?
Definitely.
Yeah. And as far as the North Korean nuclear issue, North Korean provocation is concerned, I can emphasize 3 points. One, just as you said, it is not only the security threat to Northeast Asia, but it is also global threat.
It is a global threat.
Second, because it is a global threat, so the whole international community should be united to send a very strong signal to North Korea that their nuclear pursuit of nuclear and ballistic missile is not tolerated. Any further provocation, then they should be held accountable, and they should pay the price. That message should be keep being sent, unified with the one voices, right? Third, at the same time, my government is holding very robust defense posture with their very close alliance with the United States. But at the same time, we are also open to diplomatic solutions. If North Korea shows its sincerity on disarming itself and returning to the negotiating table, then we are ready to reciprocate it with, some.
So what you say is that Korea is ready also to
Diplomatic,
stay
yes.
on the diplomatic
Yeah.
issues and the negotiation table?
Absolutely, absolutely. But two conditions. One, we are maintaining robust defense posture,
Yes.
right? Second, the international community should send a very strong, unified message to North Korea, right? Yeah. But at the same time, we are open to diplomacy.
Do you think that the unification of Korea can be done, I don't know, by the model East and Western Germany?
Yes. I'm sure someday. Yes, someday, Korean Peninsula, Korea's to be reunited, because the current division is not normal thing. So everything tend to be going normal, right? So someday, yes, our both Koreas will be reunited, but I don't know when.
Because it's very tough, because you have Koreans both sides. Tough people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's how do you see the relationships with China, and the fact that China goes up now as probably in a few years the first economy of the world right now, and also their involvement in North Korea?
Yeah, right. Yeah, yes, right. Yes. Nowadays, everybody talking about China, right? Rising China, right?
Yes.
To us, Korea, yes, China is number one trading partner, exceeding 300 billion.
300 billion?
Yes, every year.
Between Korea and China?
Yeah, China, right? Yeah. And also, China can play a very important role in urging North Korea stop provocation and to returning to negotiating table. So China can play very constructive role in many ways, right? So we think yes, we have to engage China in constructive way to urge China to its part in diffusing the tensions, in urging North Korea to disarm itself and returning to negotiating table, and there are many areas for China to play a constructive role, such like the climate change, all right.
It's incredible. Being all the time the nuclear threat near the border at few kilometers, the nuclear threat, you developed your country in such a way, and you raised the relationship with China at this level. It's absolutely incredible. What is the relationship with also one of your big and evil neighbors, Russia, which started the war against Ukraine right now? Do you follow the line of United States, NATO, and European countries?
Yes. So ever since the invasion happened last year in February, we fully aligned ourselves with the free world, with the United States, NATO, European Union country. We very strongly condemned their actions. We imposed also financial economic sanctions against Russia in line with European Union, NATO, right? So as far as the Russia's invasion is concerned, we are fully aligned with free world, our ally and partners. in the diplomacy or international relations point of view, the war in Ukraine turned the world upside down. Everything was, falling into confusion. The world definitely will be different from the world we are used to be.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. And the world will be more and more fragmented, disintegrated in the opposite direction of the 1990s and 2000s when integration or globalization prevailed. Right? So everything is quite in a difficult situation. When we don't know what to do in this difficult situation, when we feel we are lost in our journey, what to do, how to navigate this difficult moment, then we have to look up the heaven and we have to follow the guiding star.
I see.
Right? When we feel lost, then we will see the heaven, follow the guiding star, right? Guiding star. What mean by guiding star? Guiding star should be seen in every corner of the world. Guiding star should be there, always there, without, regardless of the vicissitude of the events. And the guiding star should shed the light on everybody, wherever they are, whoever they are, right? I think at this moment, today's our guiding star is fundamental values.
I see.
Freedom, democracy, human rights, right?
Very important, that's true.
We have to follow the guiding star. We have to keep a hold of the guiding star, the fundamental values. We have to enhance our full alignment with ally and partners like Romania in following, upholding that guiding star.
No matter the place on world our countries are, and which are the countries, we have all this guiding star, as you say, which means the same value: democracy, freedom,
human rights,
prosperity,
stability. Yes.
From this point of view.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, that's why. Because we do share the same guiding star, we do share the same fundamental values, we do share the same security concerns, then we have to beef up our cooperation into security defense area.
I see.
That's truly, I hope.
And we can do it.
Thank you so much.
Can do it.
Mulțumesc.
Vă mulțumim foarte mult, excelența voastră. A fost, stimați telespectatori și cititori, excelența sa, ambasadorul Republicii Coreea la București, domnul RIM Kap-soo. Când vă veți uita pe telefoanele noastre inteligente, Samsung sau LG, merită să priviți și acest interviu care, zic eu, că aduce foarte multe lucruri și foarte multe noutăți. Once again, sir, thank you very much for your participation at our interviews. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Mulțumesc. And before closing, I have my motto.
I see.
When I arrived here in Romania, I have been still today true to my own motto. That is, I'm working for the both benefits of our two countries, right? In Romania, represent Republic Corea în România și sprijin România în Republica Coreea.
Super! Vă mulțumim foarte
Mulțumesc.
mult, ambasadorul Republicii Coreea la București. Rămâneți alături de emisiunile noastre, ele continuă. Pe curând!